Okay. Hey, everyone. This is exciting. This is a big day in PUBG history. I should mention this is not Awful Squad. This is just a quick stream that we're doing. Awful Squad is still going to happen, but we are going to show off mantling in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, climbing and mantling. And I'm joined by Charlie Hall. You can see him there. Hey, Charlie.
Hello, how are you?
Let's show the people what they want to see. Okay, so we are on test servers, so you can see some lag there. Um, but we can see randos doing some climbing. Charlie is showing off some climbing there. Charlie is climbing up these barrels and onto this large shipping crate situation. I'm gonna try to replicate Charlie's path here. And the mantling and the climbing is as simple as just walking up to something and hitting the jump button. It's pretty straightforward. And you can see pretty much everyone on these test servers are using it already, which is quite cool.
Unfortunately, it also has to do with the speed at which you're moving too, right? If you're just standing next to something, you'll kind of jump over it. If you're running, you'll take a leap and kind of vault over it almost.
Is that something? Let's see if we can recreate. Oh, no. Okay, we're playing. But we will show off some more mantling in a second once we get on the ground, and hopefully we won't get sniped.
Coming in from the north, why don't we go here?
Shooting range probably has a bunch of options, right? You want to go over there? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
And 3, 2, 1, let's go.
I don't know if we'll make it quite that far, but that looks
fine. So
decently far away from other people.
So this is on the test servers right now. It is not on live servers. So if you hop into your normal character on PUBG, you will not be able to do mantling, which is disappointing. It's intended, as I understand it, correct me if I'm wrong, Charlie, intended for launch with the 1.0 release of PUBG, like the big 1.0 release, which is scheduled.
That's my understanding.
In theory for this year.
Mm-hmm. Now, I thought it was actually going up in the next day or two, but that's not the case. It's much later, kind of in the indeterminate future.
Yeah, and this is obviously a huge, big thing that applies to basically all the geometry in PUBG, which makes it pretty tough to test against, which is kind of why they're giving it such an early lead time. Obviously, there's a lot of ways to break. I'm sure there's a lot of like invisible holes in the map that people are already taking advantage of. And so they're trying to figure out all that stuff. But we're going to do some more mantling here. I'm climbing up on these cars very easily. So you can see if I climb up on the front of the car, we get one animation. So that's just like a quick jump. And if I'm on the side, a taller jump, I actually have to lift myself up, which is quite cool.
Here, check this fence out over here. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about with the speed.
A little bit more lag here.
We're going to run towards the fence. Watch that. Then you just kind of,
Charlie
this little side jump.
Little jump. Let's see. Yeah, so there's another example of it, which is pretty cool.
But then if you just stand next to the fence, then you kind of two-handed hop over.
Kind of a lamer jump. This is more the Shaun of the Dead jump, if you will.
But come on in here over towards the building. Check this out. This is where it gets really fun. Let's go inside.
Okay.
Boop.
Well, that's a window. You can't get in.
Well, that's a window with bars on it, right? Yeah. So I can't go through that.
Can you get through this window? This tiny little hole?
Bars.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Holy cow.
And the glass breaks, right? Here I come. I'm coming in.
Okay, go for it.
Whoops. Oh man, the lag and the warping is bad. Here we go.
Here comes Charlie. Very cool. Man, I realize for people that have not been playing PUBG, this might seem like a minor, silly thing, but it is like a huge game changer. People are so used to being locked down to the areas that they can go just by being boots on the ground. And now the fact that you can, let's see if I can make it up to the top of this thing. That might be a bridge too far, but it does seem programmatic insofar as like, it doesn't seem like they're hard coding the things you can mantle over. It kind of seems like if the height makes sense, it works. Let's see if we can. Yeah, there we go. Amazing. Like, Charlie, check this out. I'm on top of this roof.
And what? Okay, that's nuts.
It really is pretty incredible. They've done a really, really good job kind of implementing it so far. Really looking forward to seeing this hit the live servers, because right now, if you go on test servers, you can test it out yourself. Test servers, as I understand it, are available to pretty much anyone. But everyone on the test, no one's playing the game on the test servers. Everyone's just like testing out mantling. And I think we're gonna see a lot of people testing out climbing, like where can I go, where can I go? Let's see, can I? No. So that little archway is too skinny. Charlie's gonna, what are you gonna do? Jump off this roof? Oh, there you go.
Right off the second floor.
Right
cool.
off the second floor. And ordinarily, like if we were at a wall like this, obviously we're gonna ignore this little hole. But if we came to this wall, we'd have this awkward moment. Sorry, I was trying to recreate it. But the like classic awkward, I need like a little bit of momentum to jump over this thing. And now you just walk up to it and hit spacebar, and it's done and it's over. And it's a total game changer for PUBG, which is at present the most popular video game on the planet in terms of like online people playing it. So
it's also creating some interesting exploits. I was playing the game this morning before I wrote up an article, which should be going live soon, about my experience. And I was going up one of these stairwells here, right? So you go up the stairwell and you turn the corner and you're looking backwards to kind of cover your back.
Yeah.
Get up there. And there's a dude like standing on a beam in the wall, like essentially this part of the train.
Oh, really?
It was not right. It was not right, and I felt bad.
Can I
got
mantle on these bookcases? No.
So everybody's looking for advantages and exploits, and so are the developers. This is going to take a lot of work.
Yeah. But it's good to see that they're, obviously they could have just gone and just not added it and been like, well, sorry, that's just all you can do is stay on the ground. And the fact that they are implementing this stuff that really is such a huge, from a testing standpoint, a huge undertaking. You think about these open world games that have like so much to test. Obviously for a competitive shooter, it's even more important. Here we are on this weird invisible fencing unit. That apparently is just like one big piece of geometry. So we're gonna find, I'm sure, a lot of like weird spots that people are chilling out. And it's gonna, seriously change the game. Can I get on the top of this thing?
Now, vaulting has been part of Arma for a long time.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Arma is something that shares a lot of DNA with PUBG. PUBG actually started out, Brendan Green made a mod for Arma 2 and later converted to Arma 3. Vaulting in Arma 3 is one of the most dangerous things that you can do because it's like permanently busted. It's very easy in Arma to vault inside of something and die.
Wow.
And it's pretty much like one or two animations that you get, though.
Yeah.
Either you're just kind of stepping over it, or you're kind of more laboriously moving your whole weight of all yourself and your kit over a fence.
I love this tiny little step that I can make on top of this.
But there's so many variations of climbing and mantling. I'm really impressed.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that. Okay.
All the way up there. Should go for it, Charlie. Let's see you do it.
Nope, didn't make it.
Yeah, you got to be a little closer to the edge there. I believe in you, Charlie.
It's a little herky-jerky.
It is. Yeah, the test servers are not exactly... It's probably the most attention the test servers have gotten in quite some time.
They actually put more online this morning.
Oh, did they? To try to support it, yeah. Go for it. No.
Can't get there.
I believe in myself. Yeah, there you go. I think it's the shoes, Charlie. I got to be honest. I think it's the shoes.
Those test server kicks.
Let's see if there's anything else nearby that we could probably... Let's run into this town that's nearby and test a little bit more.
There I got
if we can. I know the circle's going to start shrinking on me and we'll die, and that'll probably be the end of the stream. But until then, we just wanted to sort of mess around with this stuff because it is super, super cool.
It's also not the only change that's come to the test server. I don't know if you've...
No, I haven't looked through the rest of the patch notes. What else is in there?
I believe that there are changes to vehicle physics. I've driven around in a couple of vehicles. They seem to really hug the terrain a lot more than they did. Like going through those fields with kind of the runnels and the ditches in the farmers' fields.
The runnels,
dangerous now. The runnels, indeed. It's dangerous at high speeds. You really bounce around. When tires go flat, I've seen some videos from Twitch. Cars behave differently now and can kind of flip over. Also, bullet physics, especially at range, are very different. A lot more wind resistance. Bullet drop is a thing now.
Wind is a factor in this game?
Well, not like crosswind, but
you mean like bullet drop, like gravity impact.
That there are molecules of air out there that will slow your bullet down. Is a thing that happens. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know
That's
that.
part of the update.
Interesting. Weird. got to watch out for those molecules. Okay, so we're running into town. I don't know if there's going to be anything super interesting to mantle over. I do kind of like those boxes over there. They look like they'd be fun to just like do some
little Hesketh
double
things.
dare style challenges on. And obviously we're already percolating for when this comes to the live servers to do some fun Awful Squad stuff, various races throughout town. But yeah, this is just a piece of cake. I was kind of
Finally,
worried
jumping puzzles come to PUBG.
Yeah, I was
That's
worried.
what we always wanted.
Okay, can we go through this window? I'm going to say yes. Oh, yeah, we can. Wizard Towers are completely different now. This one, yeah. Wow.
I didn't hear the glass break, by the way, so when you left, I didn't.
Oh, well, that's something to report to Brendan.
I'll let him know.
We're going to run over to this farmhouse. And we'll just continue screwing around in here until the circle kills us. Or something to that effect. And that'll probably be it. Awful Squad will still be happening at 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm not going to be there. We're going to have a nice, good crew with Griffin and various other people. Justin, of course. But yeah, I unfortunately was not able to make it work this week. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Anything else you wanted to call out from the patch notes or anything we should keep an eye on?
Nah, just to go and break it and report what you find to the developers and keep an eye on them. I'm not quite sure when this is coming out, so we'll see when it happens.
Yeah, last I heard, it was supposed to be this year, right? At some point this year for the 1.0, or at least. Yes, I think
I believe that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see if they can stick to that. Obviously, if people break the hell out of mantling, I guess this is probably the upper limits of what you can't mantle on top of, because we're so close, but it's not quite there. Let's see can we do this? No, that's.
We've also announced that there's a build coming to Xbox this year too.
Yes, an early Xbox build. Oh, there's the circle. There's our blue friend. We named him last episode. That was exciting. Okay, well, that's probably a good place to wrap up. I'm going to try to climb onto this. No, I don't think the RV is going to want me to climb onto it. So, not everything, but wait. A final challenge before I die from the blue circle. Let's see if I can go up here, mantle out the window, and onto that truck. That would just be...
Where are you even? I just see your dot moving around.
I don't think the angle's going to work, and these windows are too small, unfortunately. But we can just mantle out this window for funsies. Whee! All right.
That's
well,
rad.
Thank you, Charlie, for joining me. I appreciate it. And thank you, everyone at home. As I mentioned, Charlie, some team killing there. As I mentioned, Awful Squad will be going on in about an hour, give or take, a little less. So stick around for that. But until then, for Charlie Hall, I'm Russ Frushtick. Farewell, friends.